happening on the TV. Brilliant colors flashing in front of me. My heart just stopped, eyes open wide. This might be heaven, but I haven't died. I'm a fire-throwing plumber with a golden axe. I'm stalking a robot setting bombs on wall cracks. My arm is a gun, I hit a home run. Can't believe I just won. This is too much fun. Super Mega Graphics 64. Retro games and a whole lot more. All of the titles that we adore. The best of today and what came before. There's too much awesome to contain. 'Cause this channel's all about the games. Joysticks, gamepads, a golden disc in our hands. Wild surprise fills our eyes. One friend cries as his character dies, but allies will rise. Eyes on the prize as I defy demise with a surprise. Show them a code that gives us 30 lives. Dodging red turtle shells as I speed ahead. Buying weapons and armor for the battle I dread. Desperate for med kits 'cause of all I bled. Building so tall of a wall to keep out the undead and bonk them with my head. Super Mega Graphics 64. Retro games and way, way more. All of the titles we all adore. Best of today and all that came before. There's way too much awesome for us to contain. 'Cause this channel's all about the games. Not out here searching for fortune or fame. So if you don't mind and it's all the same, we just wanna play a damn video game. That's why we came. It's all in the name. Super Mega Graphics. Yeah. Super Mega Graphics. My. Super Mega Graphics. Super Mega Graphics. Super Mega Graphics. Till the day we die. Super Mega Graphics. Hosted by Cy. NES, NEC, Genesis, Atari, Master System, 3DO, 3DS, Nintendo, Intellivision, Jaguar, ColecoVision, Console War, Xbox from Microsoft, PlayStation steals the scene, PC is steaming hot, TurboGrafx 60, Super Mega Graphics 64, retro games and a whole lot more, all of the titles that we adore, the best of today and what came before. There's too much awesome to contain, 'cause this channel's all about the games. Super Mega Graphics 64. Playing the games that we all adore.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. I am your host, Cyrus. Welcome to Super Mega Graphics 64, where we play all kinds of retro video games. Some modern games, too. There's some of that. But it's mainly retro. Just like I am mainly retro. I'm old. That's the thing that I'm trying to convey. But welcome to an early morning. It's not that early. I've done these a lot earlier than this. But it is still... Anyway, whatever. It's morning. We're going to be talking about and playing a couple of games that I think have an interesting comparison in my head. Maybe they're not that comparable to you. I don't know. What? I don't know. But to me, I've always been like, that's interesting. And that's Victory Run and Big Run. I don't have the cartridge for Victory Run. I don't know why. It's cheap. I should just go buy it. I used to have it once upon a time. But I don't have it right now, so we're doing it off my EverDrive. But I do have the cartridge for Big Run for Super Famicom. These are interesting games because they're both sort of rally racer games. Big Run is based on an arcade game, which was like a super scalar type racing game. It's not that same type of game on Super Famicom, Super Nintendo. It's a little bit different. And it looks very, very similar to me in a lot of ways to Victory Run. And it has a lot other similarities too. I was just, when I got this cartridge, I was buying a whole bunch of different Super Famicom and Super Nintendo carts. And I was like really into the racing games. I was like, oh, I'm going to keep buying these racing games. And I actually ended up getting quite a few racing games for Super Famicom, Super Nintendo. And this was just one of the, like I got it in like a lot with a bunch of other carts. So I didn't really know much about it. And then I fired it up and I was like, that looks familiar. And ever since then, it's had this like thing in my head where I'm like, it looks a lot like Victory Run. It's called Big Run, Victory Run. It's not made by the same people, right? The arcade game that it's based on is not even like how it turns out on this system. It's actually more like Victory Run than it is like the arcade version of itself. It's very strange. But I was like, that's funny. So I was like, it'd be fun to do like a little comparison back and forth, kind of look at these two games, play them a little bit. And you guys tell me what you think about it. Are they comparable? Are they not comparable? Am I crazy? I mean, in this respect, in this context, am I crazy? But let's check out. We'll start with Victory Run. We'll play a little bit of it. We'll scooch on over to Big Run, and then maybe we'll go back and forth. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. We'll play it by ear. I do want to welcome everybody that joins in the chat. I know Devastator Omega was first in. He actually came in last night after I posted this stream. He said, good morning from the past, which should be your present time. That being said, don't play with time travel. Solid advice. Solid advice, Marty. All right, let's bringing up the game. Victory Run. It looks a little weird because the title moves up and down during the sequence. Sorry, it's supposed to do that. I'm gonna turn the volume up on the game, and I will talk sporadically. I am playing this on my EverDrive, and it's also being played on my TurboGrafx, which it doesn't enhance it at all. It just plays it like it's a PC Engine game. All right, Victory Run. Please enter your name. All right, let's do that. Sorry, last line. I have to put my name in. Sorry about that. We'll put an M for my last name. All right, so we have to be careful. This is actually much more important than you think it is. We're selecting our parts for when things go bad, and everything will go bad. So we want to select some of everything. We don't want to leave off anything. But it's tough to really know what's going to go out first. You think it might be your gear, or it might be your brakes. It could be your engine goes out. It could be, you really don't know. So I'm just kind of, again, playing this by ear. We're just going to do that. We'll just have 4 of everything. Basserino. At the same time, no, Basserino. You are late to the party once again, sir. We're going to play a little bit of Victory Run. We're going to play a little bit of Big Run. And we're going to kind of maybe talk about them and go back and forth. We'll see how it goes. But I can't play 2 games at the same time. I can't watch 2. I could barely do anything. I try to watch multiple streams at the same time. Last night was a fun attempt at that, actually. But I can't do more than one thing at a time. You know that. You know that, sir. Sir. All right. Now you do have to manually shift in this game too. All right, here we go. Thankfully, you just press down and it shifts up, and you press up and it shifts down. You know what I'm saying. It's not gonna make you try to figure out how to do the up to the left, up to the right kind of thing. This is one of my favorite racing games. I've talked about it many times. You guys know the stories. I tell the same stories over and over. that's part of the charm of the channel. Old man Cyrus with his same stories. But yeah, it's a great game. It's one of my favorite racing games ever. It's not even really like that special, but there's something special about it to me. It's got a magic to it. Plus the graphics are really cool, and it moves fast and smooth, which is not necessarily the case with Big Run. You'll see in a second when we fire that up. Oh. Damn, I got distracted. All right, we're not gonna finish this race if I can't concentrate, because it's, notice that my suspension is already kind of janky because of me screwing off here. All right, get back on the track there. What's funny is Big Run and Victory Run are both based on the same race that actually takes place, or at least took place back then. I read about this on Wikipedia. That's how I learn things. I read on the internet sometimes, which is becoming increasingly problematic because of AI and everything else. You thought it was bad that people could edit Wikipedia? How about AI that just makes up every damn thing anyway? Damn it, I'm really screwing this up. See, I told you I can't do more than one thing at a time. I start trying to think about other stuff. Man, my suspension is bad right now. It's not in the red, but it's getting there. Because I just don't know. I don't know. Oh boy. Stay on the track. I'm kind of... I gotta concentrate on what I'm doing. I'm like twisting around trying to do too many things at one time. I just told you I can't do it, and here I am trying. All right, here we go. We got it to the end of the race. Finally, we got to the end of the first race. We're way over time, though. All right, well, at least we made it. Basserino, I'm all partied out. I hear you. I've been feeling that way for years. Cy, we know you're just holding back. What am I holding back, though? That's the real question. All right, so we're going to go ahead and heal everything up, even though we're not getting more parts here, so that's a problem. But we'll see how we do. We'll see how we do. We're going to go on to the next race. Are you ready for this, Basserino? Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's rock. All right, now I'm gonna concentrate on this one. I'm gonna try. Gotta be careful. Gotta be quicker than that. All right. I was looking for, and I'm gonna try to concentrate. I'm sorry. I just keep wanting to talk. But I was looking for a game on the Genesis, the Mega Drive, that was similar to this, that I could throw into this comparison. So then it would be Super Nintendo, TurboGrafx, and Genesis. But I gotta tell you, I really didn't see anything that I thought was comparable to this. There's plenty of racing games on Genesis, and some of them are fantastic, absolutely fantastic. The closest thing to this that I saw was Outrun. That's like the closest thing I could find on the Genesis. I didn't see anything else that was even remotely similar. But I didn't think that Outrun is really, it would be really fair to throw that into the comparison, so I didn't do that. Sorry, Genesis. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna concentrate. God dang, the freaking motorcycle ran me off the road. How many times has that almost happened to me on my way to work? Not motorcycles. Although, one time... See, I want to talk about stuff, and I'm going to mess up. One time, there was a bunch of motorcycles that nearly wrecked me, trying to speed around me, like going like 150 miles an hour. And I'm not exaggerating when I say 150, because I was going 80. And they passed me like I was freaking standing still. See, this is what happens. I talk, and I screw up. All right. Try to concentrate. I don't know how people do that, where they can just carry on a full conversation, check the chat, play the game, not mess up. I see people do it, and I'm just like, I don't know how you do that. I can't do that. All right, we made it to the second. We made it through the second and going into the third. How about that? How about that? Cash me outside. Is that still a thing? No, I don't think that's still a thing. All right. So now we're going through the Africa, Sub-Sahara, or whatever. I don't know where, someplace in Africa. I'm not a expert on the geography. Huh? The only maps I know is the ones on Call of Duty. All right. Oh, it's nighttime. I love how they changed the graphics to match whatever they're trying to do. The colors and everything. It's really cool. Oh, come on, man. Speed up. All right. Get it together, 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 get it together. I gotta try to focus, y'all. I'm struggling right here. I think the road is narrower on this one. I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting acceleration. Come on. There's so many freaking cars. Okay. That daytime came on real quick. Okay. Yeah, this dirt is making it. Oh, these freaking motorcycles. Holy crap. They're a menace. They're to pass a law. Come on. I cannot get any acceleration. Oh, get back on the road. Really? How can I not have acceleration and also not be able to stay on the road? That doesn't make any sense. Ugh. Wow. My parts are doing okay, so it's not my parts. It's the friggin' road. Get off me, god dang. I cannot believe this dude. Get on the road. Oh my god. This road is rough. This is not where you want to do a race. Now my parts are starting to get a little bit messed up. And I'm almost, oh my god, I'm gonna run out of time. I can't get any speed, man. I just can't get any speed. It's over. Wow, that was terrible. I don't know what I was doing wrong, or I'm not real sure what happened there. That was crazy. Basserinos say goose fava. That will appeal to the gaming gods by wearing a necklace of garlic cloves. Yes, that's a funny movie. I haven't seen that in a long time. Anger management. All right, there's another game we're going to look at, and we'll see how I do on that one. And this is Big Run on Super Famicom, and I'm going to switch it over right now. So you may not think it's that similar. I don't know, but I think it's pretty similar. So you have tires, suspension, brakes, and engine, low and high. It is Super Nintendo. I think this was a launch title for Super Nintendo. Not real sure, but I just thought it was a pretty comparable game. You know, it had some things that were worth comparing. And it's not like the arcade game, like I was saying previously. It is a port of an arcade game, but that game is like a super scalar game. This is a different game, pretty much. Even though it's named the same thing. There's that famous Super Nintendo sound. All right, we got some mosaic effects going on with the graphics. Welcome to Adventure World. You are a wild challenger. Yeah. Get some. Select sponsor. No, look at the names. Pioneer, Michelin, Citizen, Noble, or Jalico, however you want to say it. I'll stick with the Jalico, whatever. Navigator, support. Let's see. Let's do her. I like her. Support. He looks supportive. We'll do him. Mechanic. Who looks like a good mechanic? Oh, this guy. This guy looks like a good mechanic. Let's do it. All right. Shop. See, you can buy stuff. Yes. Okay. So got 58 grand that I can spend. I definitely think I need to do the engine. What is P and S? What does that mean? P and S. I don't know. Brakes, suspension. Yeah, we're gonna. This is. See what I'm saying? This is very similar to Victory Run, that you can do all this kind of stuff like this. We're just loading up on stuff right here. I don't know. All right, that's pretty much all we're going to get out of it. Okay, cool. All right. We're loaded up. Let's give it a go. Let's see how it do. Tripoli. You do have to switch between low and high, like Victory Run. But you have, what, 4 gears on that one. The animation on this is a little choppy. Victory Run looks a little smoother, but your car is a lot more detailed, and the track is a lot more detailed in this. Oh, that's not good. Come on, get off me. I like the music, but I like the music on Victory Run. I think I like the music on Victory Run better. Although we'll give this its fair shot. We'll see what we think as we continue. God dang, really? Because the animation is so choppy, it makes it hard to tell how to get around these guys. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I watched a guy do a video about this game, and he trashed it completely. Like, all he did was just say everything he hated about it. One of the things that he complained about was that it wasn't Mode 7. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, brand new console, has Mode 7, can do Mode 7. Every racing game should have Mode 7. This one doesn't. Why does it not have Mode 7? Lazy. They're lazy programmers. Incompetent programmers didn't know how to do Mode 7. I'm like, I don't think that's what it was, dude, but whatever. They're doing a lot of stuff in this that, I don't know, maybe you could do with Mode 7, but the way the track does what it does with the hills and things, I don't know how you, there's ways you could do it, but this is a really early Super Nintendo game. And not every racing game has to be done the same, you know what I mean? There's plenty of racing games on different consoles that are done totally differently. Graphic styles and everything else, you know what I mean? Okay. Next stage. Let's see. Do we need to repair anything? Okay, I guess. Okay, there we go. Cool. Let's do the next one. Oh, yeah. Look at all these ruins. I actually kind of dig this music. It's kind of offbeat. I like that. See what they're doing with the track? You know what I'm saying? They wanted to do like these hills and different stuff. And you could do that. There's ways you could do that with Mode 7, but I don't know if when this game came out, if there was enough like proficiency among the game developers to really start playing around like that. Definitely later on, they figured out all kinds of cool stuff, tricks and things you can do, but I don't mind the style of the graphics in this game at all. My only complaint, if I have a real complaint about this game, is that it is a little bit choppy. I don't know why it's as choppy as it is, but whatever. I guess animations. Oh my god. It just makes it a little hard to maneuver. Wow. Is that turned over vehicles? Is that what that is? Oh, it's getting dark. It's getting dark, folks. Do I have headlights? Yes, we have headlights. Look at that. Nice. Wow, that's a long turn. Oh, okay, the other way now. Stay on the road. But as far as like features and stuff, this one does have a lot more features than Victory Run. That's for sure. Like selecting your mechanic and your helpers and, you know, that kind of stuff. It has the same kind of mechanic, not the mechanic that repairs your car, but like game mechanic, where you select the parts and stuff and the parts wear out and things like that. So that's very interesting. Bassarino, does the footage ever make Jon Snow sick? What does that mean? Does the footage make Jon Snow sick? Like from watching it? Like he gets motion sick? Or what do you mean by that? I don't know what that means. Or just in general, like he sees my face on the TV and he's like, and then I have to clean up the cat puke. That hasn't happened. That has not happened. Moogle used to get sick quite a bit. He had stomach problems his whole life. Jon Snow really very, very, very seldom, like ever, has any kind of health concerns. He's a very healthy cat. Oh my God, it's a celebrity, ladies and gentlemen. It's a celebrity. It's Jeffrey from Go Game Go. Jeffrey. How's it going, Cyrus? How's it going, Jeff? How are you doing? Good morning. How are you? Yes. Yeah. I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately. Welcome, Jeff. Bassarino, he's trying to read and play games. Yeah. John is not a very good reader. I don't mean to be critical of Jon Snow, but he's not making a lot of progress on becoming a good reader. I have him focused on other tasks. Repair, yes. See, now we're repairing our stuff, just like in Victory Run. Jeff says, doing well over here? Excellent. I hope you'd be doing well anywhere, Jeff, not just over there. Bassarino, I think if we get optical illusions from games, that animals could suffer it worse if they watch. Wow. Are you saying? Wait a minute. Let me see if I understand what you're saying. Are you suggesting that I am somehow harming my cat because I play video games, and if he watches them, then I am responsible for his health problems that could develop from watching the video games? Are we concern trolling me over my cat? Is that what we're doing, Bassarino? We're concern trolling me over my cat? You wouldn't be the first. You wouldn't be the first. All right. What is carry? What is that? Carry. I don't know. Interesting. I gotta read more about this. It's nice though. This is a Super Famicom cart, but it's all in English. Isn't that nice? I wish more Super Famicom games, they don't have to be in English, but I wish more of them had an English option, you know, because sometimes it's a little hard to figure out, especially, I mean, we know there's countless RPGs that I can't play because of that, but this is nice. This is very nice. Let's move on. And we're also going through the same track. See, it's the same as Victory Run. You're going through the same track. Like I said, these two games are based in the same actual race that happened, or maybe still happens. I don't know, but at least it did happen back then. Okay, hang on. Pausing the game. You have to hit select to pause the game. You can do all this during the game? Huh. There's emergency? See, this does have a lot more options to it than Victory Run. Bassarino, LOL, I wouldn't concern trolling you over anything. You show that cat all the games it can handle. There you go. Especially flight simulators. John doesn't particularly like video games. He's not interested. The only thing John expressed interest in is the videos from YouTube that I put on that have other cats or birds or squirrels or fish or things like that. He'll watch that. He gets really into that. But he's not interested in video games. Moogle was somewhat interested, especially like simple. I'm going to turn the volume down for just a second. Simple games like Atari games, the graphics were real simple. Moogle actually liked that. Like, he would watch the stuff and sometimes he would like get excited if something was flashing or moving around on the screen. Like, I remember playing like Yar's Revenge and he was really interested in what was going on. I miss Moogle very much. He was a great cat. But Jon Snow, not so much into the video games. Let's see. Bassarino, I highly recommend TT the Isle of Man. TT the Isle of Man. What is that? Is that that motorcycle game on the Saturn? I'm not sure. It sounds familiar to me. All right, let's get back into this. We're racing, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. High. I forgot to switch it to high. It's good to do high. Hi. How are you? So it is a little choppy. That's the only real problem I have with it. Otherwise, this is a good game. Anybody that says this game is crap, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you think a good game is? Like, it has to be like 60 frames, otherwise you think it's crap. That's probably the guy that did that video that was taking a huge dump on this game. I think that was the problem. He was younger, and to him, every racing game on Super Nintendo should be Mode 7. That's what he said. He literally said that. So, if it wasn't smooth enough, so it must be crap. Most racing games, oh my god, on even modern consoles were not 60 frames until fairly recently. Like, most of those Need for Speed games and different games that came out, even the newer ones, were all like 30 frames per second. Wow, there's like no track right here. This is wild. We're in the dust storm, y'all. It's a strange effect they're doing. It's not really transparency. It's like Genesis level transparency. You know what I'm saying? It's so weird. Can't even tell where I'm supposed to be. Okay, there we go. I think Joe from GameSack talked about this game, and he said that effect that they're doing right there is the high resolution mode on the Super Famicom. So there's like different resolutions that the Famicom could put out. Apparently, that's like the high res thing, I guess. All right, we made it through another stage. See, I'm doing okay, right? And I'm not doing particularly well. I'm just hanging in there, you know? Repair. Definitely need to repair the tires. Everything needs to be repaired. There we go. Cool. We're still hanging in there, y'all. Still hanging in there. Can we shop for more stuff? How much money do we have? We only have 600 bucks still, so we can't really shop for more stuff. Okay. No problem. We're all repaired up. Let's do it. Let's move on. We're going to play Victory Run again in just a minute. And hopefully I'll do better. I just have to figure out how to get my speed up on that desert track. Because that was wild. Whoa. What is up with that? I think there's something wrong with the graphics on that. I don't think that's supposed to look like that. Hopefully my Super Nintendo's not having a problem. Hopefully that's just a cartridge issue, like I needed to blow in the cart or something. I don't know. That was weird. I think that water was missing. That was weird. I haven't seen that since I had my Super Nintendos fixed. I had to have one of my Super Famicoms and my Super Nintendo fixed, recapped, and one of them had to have some major work done because it had a problem with the graphics processor chip. So hopefully that's not what's happening. Hopefully we're not having Super Nintendo hardware failure again. Holy crap. That would be very disappointing. That would be very, very disappointing. Stay on the track, damn it. Oh, I'm just ripping through the trees. Holy crap. Ouch. It's funny, the trees that have leaves, I ripped right through. The ones that don't have leaves stopped me dead in my tracks. Oh my God, that car was sitting on its side. Ah, come on, man. Oh, wow, really? I don't know what's up with this game now. I'm starting to question a lot of things with the graphics. Well, we just barely made it, even with all that crap that happened. Interesting. All right. Let's repair. We'll be paying attention and seeing what's going on with these graphics, because that was pretty strange. It might have just been a fluke, like an anomaly. I don't know. Wow, you put the freaking rocks in the middle of the track. That's not good. Wow, really? Oh my God. This is not where you want to race. You probably want to clear this stuff off before you have race cars get on it. Hell of an insurance liability, you know what I'm saying? Ugh. Wow. So I call these games racing games because you're racing the clock basically, but games like this, it's like you're not really racing the other cars. There's not like a place system. So they're more like just driving games, kind of like Outrun Victory Run. Anything with a run in it seems to be more of a driving game than a racing game. I don't know. Uh-oh, here we go in the dark now with the rocks. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna make it through this track. I'm in trouble, yeah, no kidding. Figured that out early on. Can't even tell what I'm doing. Well, that was the worst track ever. Somehow I still made it. Even though I was in trouble. I don't know. Let's see. Jeff says, are you jumping in this game? Well, sometimes when you hit a hill the right way, you do jump a little bit. Just like Victory Run, you jump sometimes, right? But you're not like, you know, you don't have like a jump button or something, you know? Sometimes you can get some air. You might even be jumping in real life. Game over, no! So I guess I didn't make it. It let me finish the race, but I didn't make it. That's weird. That's very interesting. I don't think I've seen a racing game or a driving game that lets you finish even though you didn't make it. That's interesting. Well, that water situation was pretty weird. That was pretty weird. I don't know if it'll let me continue. Probably not, right? We'll just do this. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to race all the way back to that track to check that water at that one spot. If I do that, I need to take the cartridge out, clean it, and then try it again and see what happens. Because that was really weird with the green instead of the water. That was really strange. See that? See how it's doing that effect, but it's like different on the top than on the bottom? Now I'm concerned. I'm going to put pilot wings in. That's where I tested it before when I had all the issues. Hang on just a second. You get bonus pilot wings gameplay. I also need to test it with Mario Kart and see what happens, because that's another one that I saw the errors. Hopefully that's not what's happening right here. We'll let it do its demo. We'll just see how it looks. Hopefully that's not what's happening. So far, so good. It's probably just that I need to clean that cartridge. That's probably what it is. Or maybe the cartridge is having issues. Beyond that, you know what I mean? It probably just needs to be cleaned, though. If there was a problem like I was having before, I'd be seeing weird lines on the screen right now. And it would just look really bizarre. It would look really messed up. So at least as far as that issue, I don't see that. I need to check Final Fight 3. Because that was another way I was able to tell there was an issue, because the layer that, whatever the 3 on the title screen, when the 3 appears, when I was having that issue, the 3 was not appearing because there was an issue with that graphical layer. We're going to do some testing. This is bonus material, bonus stuff you're getting here. It's a feature, not a bug. Hang on. All right, Super Mario Kart Action. Yeah, we'll let it do its demo as well. We'll check that. And also gonna check Final Fight 3. If I can remember where I put the damn cartridge. Right, there it is, I found it. Okay, looking for graphical anomalies. Looking for anything weird. I don't see anything weird. Like I said, normally you would see like these weird lines, horizontal lines, or half the screen wouldn't be there. Something strange would be going on. I don't see anything weird. All right, good. This is very good. I'm very happy about this. Let's check Final Fight. Hopefully the 3 pops up. We'll go to the title screen. Yep, there's the 3. Okay. I'm gonna clean that cartridge, and then we're gonna test it after I clean it. Jeff says, Cyrus, what year did you start streaming on YouTube? That's a good question. Okay, so did I start streaming? Well, or just YouTube, not necessarily streaming. Okay, well, so I started on YouTube with a bunch of my friends, the guys who do the Epically Geeky channel. We had another channel and another show. We had a thing called One Man Asylum. That was the name of the channel. And our show was called Group Therapy. And we would talk about movies and games and TV and all kinds of fun, wacky stuff. Magazine articles, whatever. And we did that starting we were trying to decide this the other day, actually, because we were talking about it. And it was probably around 2009. It was either 2008 or 2009. And we did that through 2012. And then I did a couple of other podcasts. One of them was called Baloney, where I just talked about nonsense. And then after Baloney, I started Video Game Virus, and Video Game Virus was in 2014, I think, 2013, 2014, probably 2014. And I did Video Game Virus up until, it had to have been 2020, 2021, something like that. And then I'd killed that channel for various reasons. And I stayed off of the internet for about a year. And then I came back very slowly with Super Mega Graphics 64. But for like a year, the channel I wasn't even on it. It was literally just footage of video games without me talking or anything. And then I started doing I showed up on the channel again and sort of worked my way back into doing a regular channel. So I've been doing this crap for a long time. Longer than I should have, probably. So this game seems to be working fine. I don't see any problems. I'm gonna get some alcohol and a swab and clean that cartridge. Yeah, Jeff, it's kind of sad how long I've been doing it, if you think about it. It's kind of sad. When I killed Video Game Virus, it had about I think it was about the same, 3,000 subs, something like that. I don't know the exact number, but it was somewhere in that ballpark. So I've sabotaged my YouTube thing several times over. That was the worst one where I killed that channel. I'm not a smart man. I'm not a smart man. Don't ever mistake that. Don't ever think that I believe that I'm better than anybody or smarter than anybody. If somebody tells you that I think that, don't believe them, because I definitely do not believe that myself. Anyway, but I do enjoy doing YouTube. It's fun, hanging out with people, getting to know you guys, having friends. That's the real reason I do it. It's my social media. I don't do any other social media. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter, Twatter, or X or whatever. I'm not on Instagram. I think I have an Instagram account, but I don't use it. So this is my social media. Jeff says, you were over 3,000 subs with your previous channel. I was watching back. Oh, it was? Okay. Well, there you go. See, I didn't know exactly what it was.
Diamax Retro Gamer. Bonsoir, Pierre. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Oh, it's Pierre.
Hello, sir. Hello. You are most welcome here. Jeff says, is the original channel you were on with your friends still around? Technically, it's the same channel. They just rebranded it and renamed everything. I'm not sure if the old content is still on that channel or not. It might be. Maybe. I'm not sure. That's a good question. Yeah. Yeah, we did that. We did that one for a long time, and then Eugene, who runs that channel, it used to be One Man Asylum. Now it's Epically Geeky. We quit the channel when he had kids with his wife, and it was a couple of years before he was able to really start doing a channel again, and that's why it got rebranded and redone with the whole new thing. And Picky Old Gamer, who did Game Rambling with me, we also did stuff on that channel too, so you can find episodes of our show that we did, Game Rambling, on the Epically Geeky channel as well as on my channel, because we were all over the place. We were just having fun, just trying different things. Let's see. Jeff says, I have a lot of good questions. Well, I will answer any question that you have. You know that. Let me go grab my alcohol and swab and clean my cart. I'll be right back. You can enjoy some Final Fantasy. You can enjoy some Final Fight 3 for just a second. I'll be right back.
Cleaning the cartridge.
You guys want to watch me clean it? You can watch me clean the cartridge. I got the alcohol. We got the swabs.
So Cyrus Martin decided to clean his filthy, dirty cartridge during his show. His cartridges are so dirty. It's from all the cat hair. That's why. He's a filthy cat owner with his filthy cat, and he had to clean his filthy cartridge. So disgusting. What a gross person.
This actually is a really dirty cartridge. I don't know if you can see, but I'm getting some gunk off of it. Holy crap. I'm betting that's what was the problem. And you're probably, if you didn't see what I was talking about, like what the problem is that I'm talking about, one of the stages that we were racing on, there's some water that we drove through, and the water was green instead of blue. And I think that's because there's a problem. And that's why I was checking my Super Nintendo to make sure there wasn't an actual issue with the hardware. And just looking at these other games, I haven't seen anything else. So which is good because this is the system that Chris fixed for me. And I was pretty sure Chris did a really good job fixing it. And there hadn't been enough time for there to be anything to go wrong with the hardware. But you never know. I mean, you never know. This stuff's really old. Even though he fixed it, there could be something else go wrong beyond what he fixed. That is entirely possible. What game am I talking about, by the way? This game. One of the games we're doing on our stream here. Big Run from Jalico, or Jalico, however you say it. Okay, I've cleaned it pretty good. I think I got everything off. There was some gunk, and I got it all off. So we'll see how this goes. It's gonna take a minute to get back to that track, but we're gonna check it again. Let's bring it back up here. All right, Final Fight. Here we go. Oh, by the way, I should say this. This is funny. To me, it's funny. You may not think it's funny. To me, it's funny. My Super Nintendo is actually a Super Famicom in my Super Nintendo shell. My actual Super Nintendo board is in one of my Super Famicom shells. I switched them out at one point because I got this one fixed and I needed it for the cartridge slot for both types of cartridges. Because Super Nintendo cartridges don't really fit in a Super Famicom. You know what I'm trying to say? Without an adapter, which I don't have an adapter for that. So anyway, it's a Super Famicom in a Super Nintendo shell. And the controller I'm using is a Super Nintendo controller in a Super Famicom shell. So it's backwards. Longer cable. It's amusing to me. I'm sorry. I don't know. Jeff says, the history of Cyrus, very interesting. It's not that interesting, Jeff. It's not that interesting. Brian F. What's up, Brian? Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian. Brian, what's up, man? He says, we need to get all that spaghetti out of the cart. Oh, wrong streamer. I'm very concerned about Chuck. I'm not concerned trolling. I am genuinely concerned about Chuck. I feel like he's leading us to a concerning outcome with these streams that he's doing. I worry about Chuck. 1 inch biceps. What's up, man? He says, I use a Game Genie that's modified by filing down the lockout tabs. That's a really good idea. A Game Genie. That's a really good idea. Yeah, I got rid of the tabs in this already so I could put Super Famicom carts in. But yeah, that's actually a really good idea. If I got a Super Famicom Game Genie, then I could put my Super Nintendo cartridges. Okay, anyway, you're giving me a lot to think about. All right. It might take us a minute to get back to that track. We're going to see if we get blue water instead of green water. We'll see how it goes. All right. Oops. All right, hang on. I got to reset it. I think I just messed up. Hang on 1 second. I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Select a sponsor. Yeah, we want you. However you say that. Jalico, whatever. And then we'll just stick with the first ones. I don't care. It's fine. We'll stick with those guys. And then we'll shop for our parts. Okay, there we go. That's good. All right. So we'll try to get back to that stage. I don't know if it's the third stage. I can't remember, but we'll see it when we get to it. So, yeah, this is supposed to be a comparison between Victory Run and Big Run, which we're still doing that. But apparently we're also investigating potential problem with my cartridge. What problem am I talking about? There's a stage where we drive through some water and the water was green instead of blue because I think there's a problem. I was concerned it was a problem in my system, but I think it's a problem I think the cartridge was probably just dirty, but we'll see. I don't know. Another thing I want to check real quick is the effect when I pause it. Okay, it's still doing the split thing. What I mean the split thing is like half the screen looks like it does one thing and the other half does a different thing, like a different effect when I pause it. See that right there? But maybe it's supposed to do that. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, the big run. I gotta turn the volume back up. I turned the volume way down. Sorry about that. Get up there. Come on, we can do it. Get down. Yeah, we made it. Go! All right, we made it through the first stage. And nothing needs to be repaired, so we're good. So let's move on. What are you doing, Pierre? How's your day going? Pierre's been doing some awesome streams lately. He's playing Top Gear the other day, which is another great racing game on Super Nintendo. I have that. It's funny, they re-released Top Gear on a collection that I have for the Evercade, but they call it something else now. They don't call it Top Gear. I think they call it Top Racer. Oh, look at that guy just rolling around. Holy crap. Poor bastard. Poor bastard. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, see, there's no jump button, Jeff. I just keep hitting these hills and it makes me take some air, and that does happen in Victory Run as well. In fact, you can, like, in Victory Run, you can fly, you know, you play Victory Run, you can fly way the hell up in the air. The song's a little salsa. My salsa. Salsa, 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 my salsa. The headlight effect is not incredibly impressive, but it gets the job done. This game's easier than Victory Run. That's the other thing. Even though the animation isn't as good, it's an easier game. 1 Inch Bicep. I think Top Gear is a UK show, so license must have ran out. Yeah, it makes sense. Especially because Blaze is also a UK company. Pierre says, I just woke up, sir. Nothing beats starting your day with sigh. Well, that is a standard which I am terrified to try to live up to, Pierre. Thank you, though. and my apologies also. All right, we need to repair a little bit. There we go. We're all repaired up. Excellent. Now, this might be the stage that has the water. That's all we're doing right now. We're just trying to get to the water, and we're going to play some more Victory Run. We're going to go back to the other one on the PC Engine. Just want to make sure. I don't know. This might not be the one. It might be the next one. We'll find out. Aside from the animation, I really like this game. It's good. It actually controls pretty good. It's got decent music. The graphics are very detailed. It has a lot of features. It has more features than Victory Run. But I think I still prefer Victory Run. And that's probably some nostalgia there, but also it is smoother. So it's a little easier, I think, to avoid obstacles because the animation is smoother. But they're both, I think, very good racing games or driving games, whatever. Come on, dude, get off me. Another thing I don't like about the game is all the stuff in the track. It's a little excessive. Okay, see here, you have the sandstorm. You can't even tell where you're going. This might be the track that has the water. I don't know. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Okay, the plants are helping me figure out where I'm going. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I gotta hurry up. I'm not gonna make it. Okay, I made it. Ooh, that was close. All of that would have been for nothing. Wow. Demonology, what's up? He says maybe the water's supposed to be green. Maybe. Maybe it is. That would be really weird, though, wouldn't it? If the water was supposed to be green. Pretty sure I've watched a video of this and it was blue. If it's green this time, that would be interesting. Definitely got to repair stuff here. There we go. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the track that has the water. But we'll find out. Look at that, it's green. Huh. Well, that answers that. He's noticed that the splashing's blue. Huh. That's weird. There is a way I could definitively test this. If I use my cheap little Chinese EverDrive that I have for Super Nintendo, and I load this game up, and if it's green in that, then that would tell me that the issue is with my system instead of my game. But if it's blue, then it would tell me the issue is with my game and not my system. Damn. Alrighty. All right. We're going to see if we can figure this out. Let's see. Okay, so it's not under B. Jalika, maybe it's under J. Let's see if it's under J. No, I don't see it there either. Not under Jalika. Well, that's disappointing. Do I not have it on here? I might not. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be on here. Damn it. Adjust the tint. Algae for realism, yeah. Damn it. Can't believe I don't have it on here. With all the damn games I have on here, I don't have it on here. That sucks. Crap. I'm like in disbelief. I don't believe that I don't have it. No, I don't have it. Alrighty. Whatever. It's annoying. I'll have to test this some other way, some other time. But it looks like there's probably some kind of issue with this cartridge. That's what it looks like. That sucks. Back to victory run. All right, we're going to try to get past that one stage. Holy crap, that was difficult. For some reason, I couldn't get any speed on that stage. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what you're talking about, Bassarino, with Baby's Kids. I don't know what that means. I know what the show is you're talking about, but I don't know what I don't know what that means. The green water is a nothing burger. Probably. Donkey Kong Country? Brain Lord? Oh, you're looking at my games on the EverDrive? Yeah. All right. Oh, it still has my name in there. Look at that. It kept my name. And all my parts. Oh, because I didn't turn it off. That's why. It's still been running since we were playing earlier. You have the ROM? I have the ROM? What was it called? Something else that I am not aware of? Is that what you saw it, and I didn't see it? Just watched another video on Big Run and their water was green as well. Really? Oh, wow. I could have sworn it was blue. Oh my God. Jeff, you guys were trying to tell me that and I was not believing this. Okay, I'm going to check this myself. Not that I don't believe you. I do believe you. But I just have to see it. Because I could have sworn that I saw it and it was blue. Maybe I was watching the arcade one. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. I'm gonna look real quick. If the stream gets a little choppy for a second, bear with me. Okay, I'm on the stage where the water is. Should come up. It is green. Wow, you guys are right. It is green. Oh my God. Why the hell is the water green, but the splashes are blue? Why did they do that? So there's no problem. You're absolutely right, guys. Oh my God. I was convinced I was having a major problem. Oh my God. It's because I've had so many. I typically have so many problems. I just assume green water because I had that problem with the graphics. Like I was playing Star Ocean and some of the graphics in the water was green because it was missing that layer. And that's why immediately in my head, I'm like, oh, it's going to be a layer issue. There's probably something wrong with my console. But we checked the other games. There's nothing wrong with the console. So I was like, oh my God, there has to be something wrong with the cartridge. There's nothing wrong with anything other than me. I'm the problem. What is it they say? If you can't figure out who the problem is, you're the problem. You walk into a room. You know what I mean? That old expression. Oh my God. Thank you guys for helping me with that. The green water did turn out to be a nothing burger demonology. Thank you, sir. And Jeffrey, thank you for checking that for me. Dude, thank you. Because I was not going to believe it. I was not going to believe it. Yep. You're right, Jeff. By the way, I forgot to, I was going to thank all my members when I started the stream. But now's as good a time as any, so I'm just going to go through and thank everybody that's a member. Currently, we have 17, and I'll just start at the ones that have been members for the shortest amount of time and move to the ones that have been members for the longest amount of time. First up, Potion Sword Run, a good friend of mine, great channel, awesome dude. Thank you for being a member, sir. Keep those cats safe, sir. Thunderpin, Thunderpin. Thank you, sir, for being a member. Very much appreciate it. Devastator Omega, who also got the pinned comment from his comment from last night. Devastator Omega, thank you, sir. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer, good friend of mine. Recently had unfortunate tragedy. Coco passed away. We all love Coco. We always will. Beautiful, wonderful cat. Jon Snow's beside himself even now. And I'm not trying to make light. We all love Coco. And thank you, Pete, for being a good friend and an awesome dude. Famous Crispy, another good friend of mine who has a great channel. Been doing some awesome videos and streams. His wife has even been streaming and playing RPGs like Octopath Traveler. And I find that very fascinating. And I really want to play that game, the series of games. I have not gotten around to it. But anyway, Chris does a great job on his channel, and very much appreciate him inviting me into his little world, and hopefully I don't make it worse. Pharaoh Man, the Lord of Egypt, thank you for being here and for being a member, sir. Mike's Gaming Gala, we all know Mike, Magic Mike. Thank you, Mike, for being a member here. I appreciate that very much. Dave Bellarive, 9278. Maybe I'm saying that right. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. But thank you, Dave, for being here. Thank you, sir. The Geekstorian, my buddy Nick, also a member. Thank you, Nick, for always having my back and for being an awesome guy, a great friend. We all love Nick. Next up is Pierre. That's right, Pierre. Bonsoir, Pierre. Thank you, Pierre. Pierre's come into my orbit and has been an invaluable addition to our community. Pierre does a great channel. He's hilarious, and I very much appreciate Pierre. I was gonna do something for Pierre, and I totally forgot. So I'll do this again in a different way, Pierre. But we can do this right now. I'll do this like this. Hang on, let me get my logo off so you can clip this however you want. Get my scroll off, and we'll just do it like this. You're watching Diamax Retro Gamer with Pierre. We'll try it another way. Here we go. Hey, everybody, guess what channel you're watching? Diamax Retro Gamer. If you didn't figure that out before now you know. Pierre runs this channel. We'll try it one more time. Guess who you're watching? You're watching Pierre, Diamax Retro Gamer. All right, we'll try it a different way another time, Pierre, but at least if you want to clip that, you have that. He asked me if I would mind doing something like that, so of course I don't mind doing that. Anybody that has any desire to see my face on their channel, you can have it, unless you're a piece of crap. You know who you are. The good people can have it. The crappy people take it anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, we were in the middle of thanking our members. Next up is Metal Torso. Metal Torso, the Iron Chest. I was watching Metal Torso go hunting with some game where he hunts animals. It's like he made a point to state, I don't like to kill real animals. I just do it in the video game. And I can relate to that because sometimes I'll go hunting in games like in Grand Theft Auto. Like I'll go around hunting cougars. And sometimes you find the cougars out in the wilderness. Sometimes you find the cougars in the strip club. It's a good hunt either way. So Metal Torso, thank you, sir, for being a member. Thank you, sir. Trichome79, good friend, also hangs out a lot of times on different channels that I also hang out on. And Trichome is a really funny guy, really good guy. I really like Trichome. Thank you for being a member, sir. Thank you for being here. Next, PJ Smith. PJ Smith. And PJ is another great friend of mine. We talk all the time. We also do a show sometimes called the Super Duper Retro Show, where we play television, ColecoVision, TurboGrafx, whatever. We play all kinds of stuff. PJ has been a huge inspiration to me and just a really good friend. Thank you, PJ. The next guy is, I mean, there's been a lot of problems in our community, and they're all his fault. Every one of them. He's a canker sore on the heel of the entire community. Of course, I'm talking about Casey, the Intellivision gamer. We love Casey. Thank you for being a member here, sir. It's not your fault, even though we like to think that it all is. We love you, Casey. Casey's a great guy. Next up is Go Game Go, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, we want to play bowling, but not without you. We've been playing bowling on Chris. I think it's on Chris's channel. Me and Pierre and Crispy. It would be fun to have Jeffrey show up because we're playing it on Switch too. And I know how much Jeff loves the Switch too. If we could get Jeff involved in the bowling, it would complete me. It would complete me. The song would finally be fulfilled. Jeffrey, thank you for being a member here. Love you, dude. Next is my great friend, Eugene, Optimus Gene. We were talking about his channel earlier, the Epically Geeky show, the Epically Geeky channel. They do all kinds of stuff on that channel. I show up on that channel, so sorry. But there's also a lot of great people on that channel. Eugene and me have been doing stuff for a long time, hanging out. Been friends since college. Great dude, great community there. Optimus Gene, yes. And my number one oldest, or at least with the longest amount of tenure as a member, 15 months. And that's Last Line, my buddy Last Line. And we go way back too. From playing Call of Duty together to me doing voiceovers for him when he had some medical situations and just basically making fun of him the whole time. He has a very good sense of humor. He's a solid guy. He's been streaming a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 lately, But Last Line is a great friend of mine, really good guy. He's a little bit full of himself, but he's a great dude. So thank you guys for being members of the channel. Anybody else that joins, I appreciate it very much. I do members only content on Mondays, and then sometimes other times too. But thank you guys for being here and for being part of what we're doing. I appreciate it very much. Brian S. On Cyrus likes cougars. What? Oh, Cyrus, do you do cameos? I don't know. I'd show up sometimes, but I don't get paid for any of it. So no, not really. If that's what you mean by cameos. Pierre says, thanks for all the kind words towards me, Cyrus. Well, Pierre, I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. And I really like you, Pierre. You're a really good guy, and I appreciate you very much. All right, we're gonna try to play some more Victory Run. Love the game. You have to really practice this game to get good at it, though. You can't really, like Big Run, I kind of jumped in and did pretty good, even though I sucked. Victory Run, it takes some. This is why I told that story several times. One of my best friends, when I was in like junior high and high school, his dad borrowed my TurboGrafx and borrowed Victory Run and played it all the time and kept it for like several weeks. I'm not really sure how long, but played it like all the time because he got obsessed with it. Because it's one of those games that if you keep playing it, you do get better at it, but you also get kind of like hooked in. At least in those days. Maybe not so much these days. I don't know. If you're into retro stuff, for sure. But yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's play the game. Let's play the game. Here we go. I'm going to try to focus. We'll see how it goes. You have more gears in this game. But you can see, like, the animation is quite a bit better than Big Run. Makes it a lot easier to manage your speed and steering. And it's very responsive. You just have to be careful because as your suspension and your tires and things get affected, it really does impact your ability to control your car. It's like no other game that I've played. Victory Run really dials it in. So you have to really, like I said, be careful about, you know, how, like, that little bit of rubbing that I'm doing is going to affect my tires as I'm hitting the sides of the road there. So I have to be careful. All the stuff you do, the decisions you make are very impactful in your actual performance. Oh my God, see? Now I'm messing up. All these bad decisions are going to wear down my parts. Ah, come on, man. He went the other way. I thought he was going to go the other way. Get up there. Come on. Go, go, go. I'm doing absolutely terrible. You want to hit those jumps, but then it hurts your suspension and everything. It's really not good. So don't, if you can avoid it, don't let your car jump. It looks awesome though, but it's not good. You gotta be careful about squealing your tires. I'm trying to tell you. This game don't play. This game don't play. Oh, get on the road. I did terrible. Look how bad I did. That's unbelievable. At least we finished. Casey, the Intellivision Gamer. I was just talking about you a minute ago. What is Big Run? We were playing it earlier. I thought I had a problem with my cartridge, but turns out Jeff helped me, and actually everybody kind of helped me figure out that it wasn't a problem. There's a spot in the game where the water is green, and I thought there was an issue with either my cartridge or my console. But no, the water is green. It's, I don't know, weird. Very strange. So, yeah. Derek Ben Hannah Ho. What's up, Derek? How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing, Derek? All right. Okay. So parts all seem good. We're not having any problems or anything, so we don't need to do any repairs. I just sucked, but no repairs, so that's good. All right. Now I'm going to try to concentrate here. Man, the motorcycles always messing with me in this game. Oh, get back. God dang it. Wow, that came up fast. I really got to concentrate. I don't know how I did that. That was terrible. That was terrible. It was terrible. Yeah. Okay, so you got to use my brakes. I'm a guy who doesn't use brakes much in racing games. I just don't do it. But in this game, in certain games, you really do have to. Much rather use the brakes than flip over and lose all kinds of time, plus ruin my parts. And yes, using the brakes will use up my brakes, so I have to be careful with that. I've already gotten some damage to several parts already. Get over there. God dang it. Wow. I'm like hitting every freaking thing I can hit. At least that pickup didn't hit me. Come on, man. Running out of time here. I'm doing so bad. This is like unbelievably bad. Come on, man. Once again, it's a victory just to finish. Well, my tires got pretty bad right there. Nothing was in the red, but look, the time was actually at the end. Somehow I made it through, but that was horrible. Demonology, TurboGrafx 16 can throw or draw images on screen with more colors than Super Nintendo. I think you might be right about that as far as on-screen colors. I'm not sure. I know that Turbo X-Ray did some experiments with some stuff that, holy crap, you can do some amazing stuff with the TurboGrafx PC engine. Of course, Super Nintendo has like 32,000 colors available, technically, but I think it's limited to 256 on screen, and I think TurboGrafx can put more than that, although I don't know exactly what that number is. 512 available. Back in the day, they said the limit was 256, but it's not. It's more than that, so I don't know. TurboGrafx 16 even has faster, more responsive gameplay. Well, you know, the funny thing about the PC Engine TurboGrafx, it is an 8-bit CPU, but it's extremely powerful 8-bit, and it's very efficient, and it can do really, really good stuff. It's twice as fast as the Super Nintendo CPU. So I don't know how all that works out. I'm not a programmer, but I do know that it's a very impressive 8-bit CPU. And the 16-bit graphics obviously are fantastic. Demonology, TurboGrafx 16 can throw images on the screen much faster than the Super Nintendo and Genesis. Genesis is really good. TurboGrafx has better colors than Genesis, though. But Genesis has more layers. There's they each have their own strengths and weaknesses, right? Television. Casey, 4 out of 10. Damn it, Casey. We believe in you, Cy. Thank you, Pierre. Thank you, sir. Casey, I was going through the members list earlier, but we'll mention it again since it's in the chat. Casey has been a member for 9 months. Thank you very much, Casey. All right, we got everything repaired. Let's move on. Hopefully I don't screw this up. I'm going to try to focus here. See, I can't, this track, I can't get my speed up. Damn it. I'm looking at my speed. Gotta be careful. It's also hard to see the track. Come on, man. Oh my God, look at these guys. I cannot get around these guys. Get on the track. Wow. Oh my God. Get over there. Oh my God, no. Oh. Man, I just cannot get any speed. Oh my God, really? Just like out of nowhere. Get on the track. Yeah, I'm not even gonna finish this one. Can't get speed. So it's been so long since I've really tried to play the game like into any kind of depth that I don't remember strategies of what you have to do to get through the different stages. And that one, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do to get my speed to where I can get through the track, because I just can't even get any speed. That fourth gear sucks. You can't even really use it. It doesn't do any good, really. And I keep trying to use it. So I'm guessing that I really only need to be in 3 gears on that track. But I'm stubborn. Demonology says 481 colors on screen all at once. TurboGrafx 16. Hail to the yeah. Hail to the king, baby. Demonology, you get 20 points for helping us with the information about the TurboGrafx color palette. Thank you, sir. That's really cool. I greatly appreciate it. Demonology, what is meant by drawing images on the screen faster? Next time, pay attention when you're playing Super Nintendo and TurboGrafx 16, when the screen changes and it turns black. Watch how much. Cool. I will do that. Demonology, let me ask you, am I not remembering? I know that we've talked many times over the years. I'm just trying to remember. Man, my memory is so bad. I'm going to bring up your channel because I know we've talked many times over the years. Okay, yeah. Okay. I was trying to figure out who you were. Death Metal Gamer. I know who you are now. I was like, I know this. I'm telling you, man. Swiss cheese brain all the way, 100%. Thanks for being here, dude. I appreciate you. Good morning from the PA, yes. Oh, that's Devastator Omega's comment from last night. Sorry. Demonology, thank you for saying that. Thank you for giving us a little bit of context on the TurboGrafx. That's really cool. I appreciate that. Pharaoh Man, what's up, dude? He says, good morning, Cyrus. All in with my Cocoa Pebbles. Hell yeah. Yeah, Demonology. I'm sorry. I was trying to... my brain, I was like, I know Demonology. We've talked many times. I was trying to figure out, and then I looked at your channel. I was like, Death Metal Gamer. Oh, yeah. Okay. My brain, I don't remember things. That's all I'm trying to say. Sorry. There's so many names. I can't keep track of everybody's other... These other, you know what I'm saying. Old man. Okay, so we played Victory Run. We played Big Run. We thought there might be a problem with Big Run. Turns out there wasn't a problem with Big Run. They just have green water at a certain spot for some reason. But it's still really cool. It's still a really good game. Which game do you think is better? I'll put Big Run on again one more time. When you guys are comfortable, let me know in the chat, if you want to, what you think about which game you think is better, or if there's something you prefer one to the other, some reason for that, your thoughts. If you want to do like a review score, like 1 to 10 for each one, based on what you've seen, whatever, however you want to do it. There's no rules here, but just I'd be curious to get your thoughts on Victory Run versus Big Run. Whatever, however you want to paint that comparison. All right. Big Run coming back. All right, we're going to play a little more Big Run while you guys, if you want to, give me some thoughts about this. So I'm really happy to know my cartridge is not messed up, and very, very happy to know my system is not messed up. But I am a little bit annoyed that they have green water in the game. That's really weird, with blue splashing. Why would there be blue splashing but green water? Makes no sense to me. Look at this. I didn't notice they have all these things already set depending on which team you choose. Let's do this noble. See how there's more options in this one? Doesn't necessarily mean it's a better game, but there are more options. Alright, so we got 6,000 to spend. We got another engine. See, I already bought a bunch of stuff for you. There we go. Time for the Big Run. Now, there's only 2 gears, low and high, in Big Run. But it does have a lot of the same type of stuff with the tires, suspension, brakes, and engine. It's the exact same stuff. And the games look similar in a lot of ways. It is a little choppier than Victory Run, although the control is really good. Other than it does make it a little bit more difficult to assess when to turn around, like when to dodge things, because it is choppier. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's harder to dodge things, because Victory Run, you saw the traffic in Victory Run is pretty tight. Musically, they each have their own style. I like them both. Of course, I'm trying to get you guys' thoughts right now, not so much my thoughts. Just pointing out some of the details here. graphically, I think this game is a little more detailed. I don't know what else to say. It is just fascinating to me that there are two games that are both called something Run, Victory Run, Big Run, that are similar like this. And then there's Outrun, which is the Sega one, which is not really as similar, but it's somewhat similar to this. These games are very similar, Victory Run and Big Run, because they actually are the same race. They're based on the same race that is a real race. So the path is the exact same path. It's really interesting how similar they are in that way. Okay, Rock and Roll Racing. That's a good game. Rock and Roll Racing. I love that game. Super Nintendo is my preferred way to play Rock and Roll Racing. Casey says, Cyrus, I was just thinking about something. Well, that's good, Casey. Thinking about things is always good. Demonology, Victory Run is better. I see more animation on Victory. Yes, it's definitely smoother, and I think you might be right about more animation. Yes. Casey says, I haven't seen you play in television in quite some time now. Oh, that's a good point. I really haven't played other than the Astro Smash competition. So, yeah. I can't keep up with all the new stuff, you know? Like, there's been a lot of new stuff going on within television, and I just can't keep up with everything. But I definitely should play more, because it's been a while. That's a good point, Casey. Pharaohman, Outrun vibes? Yes. Outrun, Victory Run, Big Run. Kind of some similarity there. Demonology, the water would look blue because it's out of the thick of the puddle. Water would look blue because it's out of the thick of the puddle. Don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, sorry. Repair, let's see. There we go. Now we're all repaired up. I don't like this. I think this is the stage that has a sandstorm. It's either this one or the next one. Not a big fan of it because I can't tell where I'm supposed to go. But they're not super unfair because they kind of guide you along even though you can't really tell where you're going. So it's not too bad. I like both of these games. But I like a lot of racing games and driving games. But I'm not going to lie, personally, yeah, I'm going to play Victory Run, even though it is a lot harder. It's more technical and it has, it's just a better game to me. I'm sorry. This isn't bad. This is pretty good. But yeah, maybe some of that's nostalgia and my love of the TurboGrafx. Sure, I'm sure that's part of it. But I do think it is a better game too. This headlight effect they do is kind of not great. It's not the best headlight effect I've ever seen. But they did bother to do it, so that's something. That guy was tumbling all over the place. Got to pay attention to those arrows that tell me about the turning. It's pretty helpful. I like that. I don't think Victory Run does anything like that. Though there are some things about this that I do like better. Overall, though, and the tracks are pretty short on this. They're not super long, for better or worse. Demonology, when water splashes, it looks blue from a green puddle. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Fair enough. Fair enough. I got you. Okay, we got to repair everything. All right, let's go. Let's go. You only have 2 gears, low and high on this. Like, that's like Outrun, you know? And Victory Run, you have 4 gears. And maybe that's a good thing or maybe that's a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. Personally, I like it because it makes you have to do a lot more thinking about your strategy. And the parts wear out. I think in both of these games, your parts wear out. I don't know. Maybe I don't know this game well enough to really make an assessment on this, but it seems to me like Victory Run does a better job of honing in on what you do affecting your parts. You know what I'm saying? It seems to be directly related to the choices that you make as you're racing. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, come on, man. Damn it. Another thing I don't like about this one is all the crap in the middle of the track. Holy crap. I think it's a little bit unnecessary. Okay, here's this sandstorm. It messes me up. Oh my God. Get off me. Yeah, I don't like this. Not a big fan of the not seeing your track because you're in a sandstorm. Can't tell exactly what you're supposed to do, or not a big fan of that. So I don't even know. I'm like, okay, there's the plant, so that helps, but I'm almost out of time. I'm doing total shit on this one. Somehow I made it through. I don't know. Let's see. Casey says, and I haven't played my Turbo Duo in a while. I also need to try my Analog Duo. I don't have a TurboGrafx yet, sadly. Yeah, but your Analog Duo plays TurboGrafx, so you've got TurboGrafx capability. So you're good, Casey. FPGA. That's a very solid console. Demonology, Road Rash Genesis series is my favorite. Road Rash on the Genesis is freaking badass. Road Rash 2, I don't know. Road Rash 3 is pretty good, but it looks so different. I prefer Road Rash 2. I think that is amazing on the Genesis. There's a Game Gear and Master System version of Road Rash that's pretty damn good too. But I'm not gonna lie, the Genesis Road Rash is spectacular. The graphics are really good. It's really fun. That's a really good game, and I like the music in it too. Road Rash 2, Road Rash 1's good, but Road Rash 2 on Genesis is freaking badass. Ribbon Squash. Hello, Ribbon Squash. Ribbon Squash. He says, Dakar 18 is a fairly recent and really good Dakar-based racing sim. I don't know what that is. What is that on? I'm not familiar with that game. I would be very interested to learn more about it. Jeffrey says, Cyrus, did you have the Dreamcast during its short run? Yes, it's sitting up here. I still have my original Dreamcast and all of my original Dreamcast games. Although I don't have the cases or the instruction manuals for most of them. Because at some point, I decided to put all my Dreamcast games in one of those big notebooks. And when I moved from the house that we were living in, we threw away so much crap. I threw away a lot of stuff. So I don't have complete in box on all my Dreamcast games, but I do very much love my Dreamcast. It is, and I had it back in the day, and God, it was so impressive. Oh my God. I still remember when I got my Dreamcast and I got, Sonic, and I got Soul Calibur and Sega Rally and several games. And I just remember that was like legitimately next gen. That was the big leap from PlayStation and then Nintendo 64 to Dreamcast. That was the big leap. PlayStation 2 was not as impressive to me because of the Dreamcast. Had I never had a Dreamcast, then PlayStation 2 would have been a lot more impressive. But yeah, the leap from those consoles to Dreamcast, I think that's the biggest, most impressive leap that I had, other than going from NES to Super Nintendo or something like that. That was unbelievable, that leap. But then the leap from PlayStation N64 to Dreamcast was the biggest, most substantial leap that I can remember experiencing as a gamer. Just absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Ryman Squash says you can improve the frame rate with a patch called Improvement Patch by Hacker TI. You talking about for Road Rash? Oh, I might have that hacked ROM, actually. I have a bunch of hacked ROMs for Genesis stuff. I might have that. Demonology, the graphics on Super Nintendo are too big. That means you see more landscape design on TurboGrafx 16's Victory Run. That's a good point, actually. They're more detailed on the Super Nintendo one, on Big Run, but you definitely see more of everything. They're different styles in a way too, because Victory Run is a little bit simpler, and they're similar too in a lot of ways. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Also, I believe that even though the graphics are bigger on the Super Nintendo and it's doing its high resolution mode for the effect of the sand and stuff, the overall resolution of Super Nintendo stuff, I believe, is actually lower than the TurboGrafx. So even though the stuff is smaller, I think it's a higher resolution. I might be wrong about that, but I think that's true. Let's see. Born Distracted. What's up, Born Distracted? He says, didn't the Road Rash series start on the 3DO? No, Born Distracted. Oh my god. Born Distracted. You're so distracted. More TurboGrafx and Dreamcast. Yes, I got to do more of everything on the channel, to be honest. I got to do more of everything. Thank you for caring, though. I appreciate it. Television Gamer Casey says, sadly, there was also a leap in piracy on the Dreamcast. Yeah. Dreamcast was the dream, right? It just didn't work out. It was about a year and a half of bliss, and then they killed it. I remember being absolutely shocked when the Dreamcast went down, when Sega announced that was not the future and all this stuff, and I was like, what? I was very shocked. Apparently not everybody was, but I was. Last Line, I was talking about you earlier, Last Line. What's up, dude? Welcome back. Vera Man, I still play my Dreamcast regularly. Now is the time for Dreamcast 2. Well, Sega, there's all these rumors that Sega might be going to do something. There's talk about them doing a handheld or some kind of cartridge-based system of some kind, like similar to like an Evercade or something. I don't know what they're going to do, or if that's even true at all. I don't know, but I do hear a lot of rumors. And a new Sega console of any kind would be really, really awesome. Last Line, looks like Turbo uses the same resolutions that Super Nintendo does. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, there you go. All right, here we go. Here we go. There's the green water we keep talking about. So weird. Why is the water green? Such a strange choice. It's such a weird choice that I assumed it was a problem. I didn't even believe it would be the real, like that was supposed to be green. Oh my god, I'm doing absolutely horrendous. Turn. They do these sneaky turns where you literally can't tell what's about to happen. I gotta watch these arrows they flash. That's something I wish Victory Run did, because that would be pretty helpful. But they don't do it all the time in this game. Just sometimes. Maybe it's different depending on who you select for your helpers in this game. I don't know. Oh my god. Wow, I'm hitting literally everything. I'm not gonna make it through this track. Just way too much stuff in the track on this game. Wow, really? I don't believe it. I've actually made it. Let's see. Robin Squash says there's a new game called Virtua Fighter Crossroads coming out. Maybe a bit like Capcom's The Bouncer. Really? I knew they had a new Virtua Fighter, like regular one-on-one fighting game coming out. So it's another one it's like taking the stuff from Virtua Fighter, putting it into like sort of a different context. That's interesting. Jeff says January 31st, 2001, the day Sega killed the Dreamcast. Dreamcast only lasted 1.5 years. I was shocked as well. Sad day in gaming. Yeah, it was so ahead of its time with the modem and online play and downloadable content. It was just incredible. The VMUs. Yep, very sad. Born Distracted, I heard Sega and NEC are joining forces for a new console. Really? I don't know about that. I'm not hearing the things you're hearing, apparently. Unless you're being funny. Casey says, Cyrus, what are your thoughts on television auto racing? Auto racing. Is that the one that's sort of like it's the same perspective as like Micro Machines or RC Pro-Am, that kind of thing? I don't like those kind of games. I'm terrible at them. I cannot figure out how to drive in those games. I'm not good at any of those kind of games. You know, that Neo Geo one, none of those games that are like over top or whatever it's called with the perspective. I can't do that stuff. I'm terrible at that stuff. Robin Squash, Virtua Fighter 6 is still early in development. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. I'm definitely going to get that. I have so many versions of Virtua Fighter games. Man, I remember back in the day on the Sega Genesis, on the Sega Saturn, when I was in college, my buddy Eugene, he got an N64 and I had a PlayStation, and then I bought a Saturn when they dropped the price to $150 and gave you like 5 games when the Model 2 came out. And I went to Walmart and I bought the Model 2 for $150 with all the games and everything. And came with the better controllers, you know, the Generation 2 controllers. And man, I love the Saturn. Holy crap. Yeah, it had a lot of stinkers, and we didn't get all the best games in America, but we did get a lot of really good games. And, you know, I remember taking my Saturn over to Eugene's house, and he whooped the shit out of me on Killer Instinct Gold. I've told this story many times. And he was very cocky about how he did it. He actually put his finger in my eye. Like, he was like, you like that? And he put his finger right here and he touched my eyeball. And I was like, oh, okay, motherfucker. Okay. And I brought the Saturn over there and I loaded up Virtua Fighter 2 and I beat the ever-living crap out of him. And to this day, I ruined the Saturn for him the same way he ruined Killer Instinct for me. Kind of proud of that. So I love the Sega Saturn. Oh, man. That's why I asked Cyrus. What are we talking about? Okay. Jeff, I have some thoughts on auto racing. Oh, really? See, I missed out on something here. He says the new Virtua Fighter game on Switch 2 is fantastic. It's only $20. I'll have to look at that, Jeff. I'll have to check that out. Born Distracted Psy, is it true a brand new PS5 Pro is $900? I got to tell you guys, I cannot in good conscience recommend that you buy a PlayStation 5 Pro unless you're like me and you absolutely just have to have Grand Theft Auto 6 and you want to play it in as good a way as it can be played when it comes out, which is the main reason I got a PS5 Pro. As ridiculous as that sounds, that's true. And I was like, I know it's going to get more expensive and blah, blah, blah. I had all these reasons, but I can't recommend anybody get a PS5 Pro because Sony's really made some egregious decisions. And I don't know what the future is for PlayStation. I'm not sure what's really going on with that company anymore. Of course, Xbox, you know how that goes, whatever. If I was to recommend anything, I would say either get yourself set up with a PC and play Steam, or get you a Switch 2, because the Switch 2 online service is really good for the most part. There are some issues, but overall, the Switch 2 online is really great. It's affordable. They give you a lot of extra stuff with that service. The quality of the graphics and everything on the Switch 2 is very, very good. It's much better than I thought it was going to be. I think I have to recommend people make their primary console the Switch 2. It just seems like a better way to go. Physical games, different things, So anyway, PlayStation. I love PlayStation. Very disappointed in a lot of decisions that have happened lately. Not too sure what's going to happen with the company going forward. I canceled my PlayStation Plus. I will use it for single player experiences. I don't know if I'll get PlayStation Plus again. I don't know. But I definitely will be getting at least Grand Theft Auto 6 and playing that probably for 10 years. So that'll be my Grand Theft Auto 6 box. And it's where I have all my Neo Geo games. So I'll be doing that there too. But yeah, $900. I spent a lot. I did. I spent way more than I should have to have that. And I don't recommend you do it. It is really cool, but nah. Casey, what? You have one? Yes. Yes. I don't know if I mentioned. I ever mentioned that I have a PS5 Pro. Not sure you knew that. It's a lot less of a brag now than it was a month ago. Now it's more like, you got a PS5 Pro, that kind of thing. Anyway, I will take your advice under consideration, Casey, about doing more in television stuff. And obviously more Dreamcast stuff would be awesome too. There's so many things I could do on the channel that I need to. And I will be doing more stuff. I just got to figure out what I'm doing and when I'm doing it and that kind of thing. But yeah, I got to do more stuff. For sure. But anyways, guys, this has been a fantastic morning stream. Hopefully you have enjoyed some of this. I know it was a little weird because we had all what I believed to be technical issues with the game, but actually wasn't. But it was fun to go down that rabbit hole and figure out what was really going on there. And I've thought about these two games, Victory Run and Big Run, together for a long time. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to kind of compare and contrast these two games? So I didn't really want to do it in a video because I wanted to get you guys' opinions, man. And I've been very pleased with everything you guys have said and contributed to this conversation. So thank you for that. Thank you very much. Silverwings shows up. Dude, what's up, Silverwings? Man, everybody's here. This is awesome. Pharaoh Man, jump into Master System anytime. Oh my God, there's so many things I need to do. And I want to do. It's tough. These are the problems. I got to say, Monday is a members only day. So Monday I do members videos and sometimes members streams, but I might make an exception tomorrow because I'm expecting a package to come in. It was supposed to be here Friday. It got delayed, and now it's supposed to show up tomorrow. And if it does show up tomorrow, I might do a stream about this package because it's a very significant thing that I'm not even sure how I'm going to talk about, but it will probably be a big part of the channel. And I don't want to wait to talk about it once it comes in. So ponder upon that a little bit. What am I talking about? So anyway, if it does come in tomorrow, I'll probably do a public stream talking about it. Even though I understand how busy Mondays are with everybody doing stuff, I'll try to do it early. Like, we'll see. I don't know. It depends on if it happens or not. If not, then that would probably be Tuesday. But we'll see what happens with that. But anyways, Cy, can you do more cowbells? I got a fever. The only prescription is more born distracted. Pierre says victory run gets the victory. I agree. I think that's correct. Diamax, Pierre says, I do Sega Master System stuff this week on Friday. Hell yeah, dude. The Master System, such a cool console. So much nostalgia, but also just quality games, you know? Yes, some of the versions have a little choppy frame rate or whatever. But the fact that the Master System even has the library it has is amazing, you know? Love that system. I love playing it on my Game Gear, my amazing modified Game Gear that Chris Courage fixed up for me. Love the Master System. So good. My actual Master System is right there. You can't see it at the moment, but it's right there. And it's just a great system. Pharaoh Man, Paperboy, Super Nintendo versus Genesis. Ooh. And Paperboy's on so many consoles, right? It's on NES. It's on Master System. It's on Super Nintendo Genesis. It's on Game Boy. I believe there's a Game Gear version. Dude, I don't even know how many things Paperboy is on. It's on a lot of stuff. Wow. What's the best version of Paperboy? What do you think? I don't know. It's a good question. Casey says, we'll be getting several member moments this week. We might be doing that, Casey. We might be doing that. We might be escalating our members Monday members memos. I don't know. Whatever I call that. We might be doing more. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for joining the chat. Thanks for hanging out with me on links too. Yes, Brian. Good point. Also on links. I'll be back again, maybe tomorrow. For members, I'll definitely be doing some stuff tomorrow. You guys have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the day. Hopefully it's not too hot where you are. Holy crap, it's unbelievably hot here. It's going to be 106 on Wednesday. I don't know. It's getting wild here in Texas. But try to stay cool if you can. And you guys are always cool with me. I will see you again very soon. Guys, take care. Bye-bye.